All right, rock and roll. Dad's in recovery coming up on the 29th of March. And I'm excited. It's happening fast and and people are signing up every day, and I get excited because I'm counting the kids. We're over 50 kids right now. So I've got 20 men signed, that are coming, that are getting registered or called me and said I'm in the process of doing it, and that's exciting. You know, uh, these are men with families, men with kids that are uh, courageous, courageous enough to say yes. I'm going to come and spend a day with you, Mr. McElwain, and look at what my relationship with my kids, look at my relationship with men and my kids. So I'm excited about it. A couple of things I just want to tell you. We did on the weekend. It was an event, a Battle for Recovery event at the down at the Ramada Inn, and I got asked to speak. It was really good. There were some great people there, some great speakers, and people in different facets of the recovery world, and there's I look at recovery. I'm kind of a 12-step guy, and I think that the problem for me was that I had somehow been spiritually disconnected. And so I had what we call a spiritual malady. But I think that in one way, everything is spiritual, and everything's complementary, in this recovery journey. And so I don't think there's just one way. For me, there seems to be only one way, but others find their way how they find their way. And so this day, Saturday, I was there all day long, and met some great people, and had some men, come up to me and want to join the event, and so that was exciting. I was just talking a few minutes ago with one of my buddies that I live here. I have a sober living house, and we were talking about being qualified. In his case, we were talking about men being qualified to be in a long-term relationship, and but then I started to look at my was I qualified and to be a dad, and it's hilarious in a way how unqualified I was. I we got pregnant when I was 24. Linda would have been 23. We were kids at the time, and but I was totally unqualified. I had no friggin' idea, no plan. I was in full blown addiction, alcoholism, and I never went to school. I was just so not qualified, and what Linda didn't know at the time that I was, you know, still in my adolescence. I was 24, but I probably had the emotional maturity of about a 14-year-old, well, maybe a 12-year-old, I don't know. And and they said, well, you should step up. And I said, okay, but I had no idea. And so many men come into being a dad that way. It was like, all right, I had the one thing that I needed to be a dad, which was I was able to create a baby. I wasn't, I could make one, but I had no idea about showing up or consistency or, having a job. I didn't even have a job. And so I was not a good catch, for sure. When I look back on it, and I think, no wonder, lots of guys run away, because we're terrified. How do I do this? And also, I wasn't qualified to be in a long-term committed relationship. I didn't know how to do that. And so I wasn't qualified as a man in many ways. I didn't have men in my life. And so part of what we're doing with this Dads in Recovery is bringing men together. It's not just, we're not going to spend the day with me telling people how they should be as a dad. That's not the deal at all. I'm going to be asking questions, and men are going to be talking amongst, themselves about the job of being a dad and their experience of it. And so I'm looking forward to all of that. I really am. So was I qualified? No. Were you qualified? Just if you watch this on Facebook, post, yes, I was qualified, or no, I wasn't qualified. And the other thing is, how do we get qualified? How do we learn about being a good dad? Many of us didn't have great role models, right? And I've heard it said, men have said, well, I'm going to be a father like my dad. Well, that's not a vision. Not wanting to be something was not a vision. It isn't, how we'd like to be a parent. So I remember, kind of feeling that myself, that I would be a better dad. I'll be a better dad than my dad, and what did I know about my dad? He was busy. My dad was in the Second World War as a kid, I think he went overseas at 18 or 19 and flew Spitfires, he had a whole different world than I had. And he grew up in a different way quickly. So this is the deal. We're going to get together, and I think over time, because this isn't just a one and done thing, we're going to grow together and give men a backstop. Where we can build a bit of a benchmark as well. So that men can know how to show up. How do you like that? So that's the 29th. Share this. I've just created an event as well. It's on Facebook, and I think I'll put a link to it in this video. And if you're watching this on YouTube, follow the channel, subscribe, and that's it. It's good. I'm excited about what's happening, and I'm going to try to do a video every day between now and the 29th. And if you share the videos, that's great. Yeah, just love you. Love that. A friend of mine, Jeff Smith, said, no, he was not qualified. He was 18. Wow. I hear you, Jeff. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Love you, and we'll talk soon. Thanks. Yeah, share this. I'd love it if you do, and share the event. Okay, bye.